I need to do this while it's fresh in my mind. It's like midnight at the moment. Just got back from the cinema, sat down for 15 minutes and just like breathed. Today's been wild. Like, obviously we had the High on Scam convention today. Got wristbands, and it was amazing. I was very nervous, kind of early. I'm just gonna like sit here and talk about this with minimal editing if there's edits. So yeah, first off, I want to say sorry that I didn't vlog much of the actual convention. That's I know there's a lot of vloggers that you see on YouTube who are very comfortable like holding a camera up and like speaking in situations like that. And you know, making good content for people, which is one, like, there's not like a bad thing against that. That's wonderful. I wish I in some cases could be more like that, but for me, I'm just like, I want to kind of just be there, enjoy it, take it all in. If I have like a moment to take out a camera and take a photo or film something, then so be it. But it's not really my main focus. Like, it's, yeah, I want to tell you guys what happened, but that's like, well, I'll sit down and tell you guys what happened. If I manage to film anything, and photos that I talk about, I'll put up on screen anyway. And yeah, I'll just kind of go from the start. Well, actually, we need to backtrack a little bit to yesterday, because I bought all four of these scam books. I can't even read them. I can't even read them because we're in Norwegian. So, but what are you going to do? And I needed something for them to sign, and that's why I mentioned that, because I got them to sign season 2, my favourite season, for those who don't know, of the original Skam. So yeah, that was yesterday, and then today, woke up, just nervous, like straight away. I was like, shit. Okay, so it's Saturday morning now, surprisingly, Saturday morning, and it's the day of the convention. Dude, I could barely sleep. I went to sleep, I think, at like 2, but then kept waking up. I woke up like 4 times, just because I was that excited. Last night was fun. It was good. We made, like, I don't know if you saw, we made spaghetti. That was a mess, but it is what it is. We're gonna head off and meet famous people. What? Like I say, I don't want to like talk too loud because it's like, it's so quiet and peaceful. Look at all this. That might be my tram actually, so good, might have to go. I'm meeting, or maybe not meeting, but I'm going to be seeing the Italia cast and the OG cast on stage, and then it's just like that kind of anxiety of being in a, even though you're in a room of people that are all there for one reason, you don't know anyone there, and it's very nerve-wracking for a lot of people, I'm sure, and it was for me. Just, I don't know, it in my head, and it was even like that with coming to Oslo. I was like, the build up to it and the thoughts going through my head are going to be worse than like when I actually get there and everything starts happening. And that was the case. Like, in my head, I was like imagining everything that will go wrong. It's like, oh, I'll see Greta and then I'll fall over and bash my head, and then the ambulance will come and take me to the hospital. That nearly happened, but not quite. So it was a close one. That didn't happen, thankfully, but in my head, that's what was going to happen. And yeah, convention, getting these bands and everything, and then we just kind of sat down, took a moment, took it all in, and yeah, we sat down upstairs. Well, there was this little like room where you could just chill out in and eat food or whatever. So we were just walking around and like looking at everything for a little bit. They had clothes out from, I think I took one picture of one of the items of clothing that the actors and actresses had wore throughout the series, so that was kind of cool. Someone was telling me who worked there that they managed to get, NRK just sent them these clothes the day before the convention or something, like just out of nowhere. They were like, oh, you can have them if you want for now. So that was pretty cool, just seeing that. It kind of gets you in the mood to be like, oh, Skam. Scam's here, like, pretty much. So yeah, that was really good. Then we all sat down and kind of got ready for the OG cast to walk up on stage and start doing the first panel, the first Q&A session. So in walks and I'm not going to be bad with two. The actress who plays Lynn and the actor who plays Maddie. I'm not familiar with the actors and actresses' name. I should have really looked them up, but I always forget them. But those two were there. Then Marlon, who plays Jonas, Lisa, who plays Ava, Henrik, who of course plays Evan, and I think that was it. I want to like. Oh, that was right. Ulrich, who plays Vilda, was meant to be there, but she was feeling ill and couldn't make it, unfortunately. So she was meant to be there, but they all came up on stage, and I'm not going to talk too much about like the questions that were asked, because if you go on the High on Skam Twitter page, you'll be able to look at the panels in full detail. So this I'm just talking about for like my personal experience of the convention, but the panel was really well done. I was kind of get worried when I watch these things like live online, because I'm like, oh, what if a stupid question is thrown out, or it gets a bit awkward and weird, because these things kind of can be. But the actor who plays Maddie even said, like, as soon as he walked into the room, he felt like he was very nervous. He said this, like he was nervous coming into it, but as soon as he sat down, he just felt like at home in a way. Like everyone was very welcoming, and it was all. I'm checking I'm still recording. I am still recording. I was like, I've got my glasses on, so I don't know. And he said it was all very like welcoming, and so that's great. And everyone felt, I don't know, I think everyone felt the same. That we're all like, okay, we're all chill now. And that was the moment when I was a bit like, okay, I feel like we're good. We're good. We're getting there. And then yeah, the Q&As, the questions was there for about, I'd say about 45 minutes. I don't know how long it actually was. And that was really good fun. Like I say, if you want to see the full panel, go on the High on Scam Twitter page. They live streamed the whole thing for every single panel. So yeah, you can go check that out. But it was so weird seeing these actors and actresses like up on stage after being such a huge fan of Scam for so long. Well, not like so long. Like I wasn't there when it was airing, but for I'd say like 15 months or something like that. And they're all wonderful. They're all amazing. I don't have a bad thing to say about any of them. Like I know sometimes you have these kind of moments where someone had a bad experience with an actor or actress, but I don't think anyone in the room had a bad experience with either of them. I think it was just very, chilled out. The questions were just, good. Like they're good questions, and everything just ran smoothly. So it was really well done, and yeah, I miss it already. So cool. And then I think there was like a little bit of a break after that Q&A. They went off, and then we chilled out for a bit, and then came back. And I think it was Lisa and the actress who plays Lynn. They did a Q&A. I think Ulrich was meant to be in that as well, but she obviously couldn't make it. So they did a Q&A for about 40 minutes. And again, that was really well done. If you want to check that out, go on Twitter. Then that finished, and then it was people that I don't know if they announced this or what, but it was an NRK producer. I might be wrong. They said the logistics manager and the costume, I guess manager. I don't know what you'd say. Like costume manager for Scam. They came up and did a 40-minute Q&A thing. I think that was maybe around 30 minutes Q&A, and then. The people who organised the convention also had like questions from Julie that they asked, and she had some answers for us. So that was really cool. And then we got to the final panel, and this is where things got mad. Oh my god, this is where like I know it's crazy anyway, but it's not even a secret. I went because of the Italia cast. Like I was in my head. I was like, it would be awesome to go to this convention, but I don't know. It's just like the money and like the hassle of not hassle, because obviously it's like amazing once you get there, but having to travel somewhere by yourself, I was a bit like, I'm not sure. And then as soon as they announced the Italia cast, if you guys follow me on Twitter or even if you saw my other video about it, I just booked my tickets straight away. I was like, yep, I'm going. Because for those who don't know, it's like confirmed panelists, like official, attendees, was Federico and Rocco. They were the confirmed ones, and then people told me that Greta's going to be there, Beatrice is going to be there, it's just like all these people, like basically the whole Italia cast is going to be there. So I was freaking out a little bit. It's like, okay, I need to find a way to get to Oslo. Oh, before that, there was a Q&A as well. Right, there was a Q&A just before this. And this is when like we kind of realised that Italia was in the building, because I sat down, I was just doing the Q&A. And for no reason, I don't know why, I just looked behind me. Like, I was kind of at the back anyway, so, you know, far away from the panelists. But I kind of looked back, and Greta was just stood there. Like, she was just stood, like, she'd kind of just walked in. And I swear to God, she, like, looked me dead in the eye and just blew me a kiss, like, straight away. And I was like, what? Like, what just happened? Like, no one even knew they were there. And I was just like, is anyone seeing this? Like, anyone? It was Greta and Beatrice. They both walked in together. I always feel like I'm saying Beatrice's name wrong, because I've been told that's not how. But the actress who plays Sana in Italia, they both walked in, and I was just like, okay. And then I couldn't concentrate on the Q&A for the rest of the. I think that was like on question 8 or 10, and there was like 52 questions. So I did terrible in that. But yeah, they sat down like. So I'm here, and they sat down like a bit further to the right of the room, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And that's when I tweeted out like, "Greta just entered and all this shit." I like saw her once more like during that Q&A, during the quiz, and then she waved at me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, whoa, like it was crazy. And then Martine, I don't know how you say her name as well. But the actress who plays Italian Chris, she came in, and then the actor who plays the Magnus character, he came in, and then fuck, I'm so bad with names. I want to say like Ludo. I'd say Ludo. I don't know. The actor who plays Italian Jonas, or Joe, not Gio, Joe. He came in. And then officially going up to the panel, there was Federico and Rocco. It was just crazy. Like, I was just there like, yeah. And Federico walked in. I think Rocco was behind him, but they were saying like, oh, they're coming on stage now. And I turned around, and Federico was walking in, and he just waved at me like straight away. Like, he just waved and like was smiling. I was like, what? Oh my God. So that was wild. I was like, and he was like, I was like, what? So that was crazy. They both got up on stage, did the Q&A, and I'd be like biased and say it was the best panel of the 4. If I had to pick, but you know, I'm biased.
Good friend Agnese, and she will help me to understand everything, because I'm not so good. So no. At the beginning, when I get the role, obviously there was a great joy where we shoot the scene of with Martino and Filippo. With a speech about the pride, because I think that is the most strange place I've ever been. Is abandoned place, but all the love, all the positivity, all the message that you send to us is heart melting, because I love you all, and we are a community, a family, and we feel part of it, and it's good.
And I think we really did the best we could, and we tried to find that balance, that connection between us. I was like super scared, because you know, like intimate scenes and kissing and stuff with a guy you didn't even know, you never met, so I was really scared. But then when I saw Federico, I was like, okay, this is a really nice dude. We can do amazing things together, and we tried to do that. I hope you enjoy that.
The Martino is a little bit more introvert, maybe, and I think because we are Italian, so we express ourselves at 100%. So yeah. It's difficult for us to keep our
our feeling inside. So still nowadays, unfortunately, like LGBT people and LGBT rights are always at risk. So, like, so often lesbians, gay people, transgender, they're not understood, and they're like mocked or they're like bullied. And I think everywhere in the world, maybe in some countries it's more, in some other countries it's less, but it's really important to stand out and show like a genuine, spontaneous love between two guys, because there's really nothing wrong about it, and the world needs to see it, needs to know about that. Because, for example, in our country, unfortunately, quite often gay characters are portrayed in a stereotypical way. So, you know, they're funny or they're like very extravagant, and there's nothing wrong about that. But not all gay people are like funny and extravagant. They don't like wear furs all the time, or like purple shoes, or like, I don't know, this kind of things, you know. So it's important to show how normal it is. So to normalize it, I think it's really important.
That you did it in your own way, because you already know about this whole fan base and how they had a picture of Isak and Evan, so there was a lot of pressure, there's no doubt about it, and I think you handled it very well.
Have you ever seen any other version?
Just the Norwegian.
Yeah, me too.
And I liked it a lot.
I would like to see some other remakes, but by now I've seen just the Norwegian.
That's not a remake.
Well, we didn't have a Rusbus.
No, nothing. Yeah.
Just parties. A lot of parties.
Yeah, but we had Tabasco.
It was so nice to do this in my hometown and with producers that I know from before, and producers that has been to conventions. And that's what I feel a lot with this convention right now, is the mood and it's like a big family meeting again, I think. And we have a lot of time, and I really
beautiful thing, this beautiful project, and I think the most important thing in life is love, and Skam is love. And we talked about that yesterday, and we cried. We cried a lot, talking about love and talking about loving people and how much it is important. So thank you very much.
Yes, for the love, everything. Sorry.
And like I say, if you want to see the full thing, hi on Skam, Twitter. I thought that'd be the last I would have seen of them, so, you know, I just observed the Italia cast and just like, you're all so beautiful. Because I thought that was kind of like it, I guess. And then they all went off, which is cool. And then we all walked out, and it was like chill. We just kind of sat down for, I'd say, about 20 minutes. We just kind of sat down. And then the OG cast and Italia cast just kind of all came in, like, not at the same time, but just kind of whenever. Oh, I'm missing something. Before that, see, this one, I'm like just playing it off, like, in my mind as what happened. Rocco did a piece on the piano for us, which was a piece that he'd created himself. It was 6 minutes, I believe, and he just played it for us. I filmed like maybe 20 seconds of it because I just wanted to, like, you know, just watch it.
This is this piece I made is called Melancholia in Italian. That means melancholy.
Again, High on Scam filmed the whole thing, so you can check it out there. But I was just like, this is beautiful. And I think I filmed it when I was filming the 20 seconds that I got. It was like Rocco playing, and then Henrik was there watching him. Federico was there watching him, and you can see Greta like watching him as well. I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is like actually happening. We're all just watching Rocco, like, and I touched on that like later on, but there's more to come. Don't worry. And yeah, that was crazy. And then they went, and then we sat down for 20 minutes, and then they all started to come out, as I was saying. And yeah, this is where things got a little bit spooky. So I was just kind of stood there with Victoria and Rebecca, I think at the time, I'm not sure. And I saw the Italia cast like kind of at the back of the room. Henrik had walked down towards the front, and he had like a line of people that would just wanted to meet him. Obviously, it's Henrik. Lisa came in for a little bit. She was only there for around 5 minutes, but she had to go very quickly. So I didn't get to meet her, unfortunately. I would have really liked to, but she was very short on time. So yeah, Henrik was there getting, lines and lines of people. And then the Italia cast, they had quite a few lines of people. But I don't know, I'm not really like confident enough to like go up to like I know that's kind of why they're there, to take pictures and sign things, but I didn't want to like just kind of queue up for that. I don't know why, because it was literally the point. They weren't like official queues to like go meet them. It was just because they were interacting with people. It was like people had just kind of formed like their own queue and stuff, because that's what I really liked about the convention is how like relaxed and chilled out it was. Everyone could just kind of do their own thing, even the actors. I'm guessing they just decided to kind of come out. It wasn't like a set date that they had to come out and start meeting us all. That they didn't have to do that. I'm assuming so anyway, because we didn't expect it, and then they just kind of came out to take photos of people. Yeah, I saw the Italia cast. Greta was there, obviously. I was like, what the fuck? Right, and oh my god, yo, this is ingrained into my mind. This moment in my life will be like ingrained into my mind until the day I die. I was stood here, I was just stood like watching everything. So I was talking to people. I wasn't just stood like an awkward idiot, just stood in the middle, like looking around. I was talking with other people. And then Federico was kind of like close-ish, like he was getting closer, like closer and closer. But again, I wasn't like, I didn't want to like go up to him, like I don't know, just whatever. And then he was talking to someone, and he just finished talking to them, and then we like kind of locked eyes. We like locked eyes, and I can't remember exactly what he said, because as soon as like I was gazing into his beautiful eyes, as you might say, I just kind of shut off, and I was like, what? But no, he said along some like the lines of, "Oh, Joseph," like he just pointed at me, and then he just kind of came up and gave me a hug like straight away. I think we like went to shake hands, but then we were just like, no, we're hugging on this, and then went to hug him, and then he was basically saying that he really enjoyed the reaction videos that I've been doing to Italia, which is amazing. Like, I never thought in a million years that any of the Italia cast would see the videos as well. So I don't know, like, so he's even thinking about it now. So Federico said he liked the reaction videos, and then I was talking to him for maybe like 20 seconds. Like, we were just kind of talking for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, Rocco just kind of comes from behind. Rocco just comes up from behind Federico. What? He's like, Joseph, I've seen your videos. They're amazing. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what he was saying, because I was like, what? And I kept doing like holding on to my heart, like kind of thing. Well, I was just like this. I was like, what's going on? Oh, it's surreal, which is crazy. So Rocco's seen them as well, which is spooky. And then I was saying thanks so much. I love what you've both done with not in my mundane voice. I was like really excited when I was telling them. Don't worry, I would act the scene out, but I thought that might be weird. But I was telling them how I think they've done a wonderful job portraying Isaac and Evan in Italia. How I think it's like the best remake. And then we were talking for, I'm going to say like 30 seconds kind of thing. Maybe even less than that. It felt like ages, but it's probably like a really short amount of time. And then Rocco just looks me dead in the eye and he's like, don't turn around. Or no, he didn't say don't turn around. He said, he literally said the opposite. He pointed and went, look behind you, something like that. And I knew what it was. You guys know what it was. I turn around and stood behind me is Beatrice, Martini, I'm bad with the names, Italian Chris, and Greta. They just stood there. And I'm just like, what? And oh my god, this. It sounds so silly saying it out loud, but it's so like it's literally what happened. But I was stood here, and then Greta kind of like walked. It's just in my head. Greta kind of walked around in front of me, and she was like, "It's so nice to finally meet you." And I was like, in my head, calm, just breathe, dude. And I was like, yeah, well. Whatever, imagine. It's like, who are you? And I was obviously saying how amazing it is to meet her as well. And then I went to hug her. And then the Italian... It's so weird. Like, I was stood there, I went to hug her, and then Federico and Rocco were on my right, and then Beatrice and, I'm just going to say Italian Chris because I don't want to butcher her name, even though I've butchered all their names anyway, was stood on my left. And they're all just like started awing at me, like, oh, that's so cute. And I was like, what? No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to make it worse. But no, I don't know. It was so cool. It was so cool. It was such a nice moment. Like, and then I kind of like just stood back and then spoke to Greta for a little, like literally a little bit. I went to speak to her more later on. But it was like with everyone there. And then I was like, said hello to Beatrice, and then Italian Chris. They're both lovely as well. They're both fantastic. Beatrice was saying how tomorrow is when I've got like the safari tour with the Italia cast as well, and the escape room. And she was like, "Oh, you need to vlog it with us. It'd be amazing to like show everyone and stuff." And I was like, are you sure? Like, I might try and film a little bit with them tomorrow, but again, I'm just going to wait to see what the vibe's like. I don't want to just, make it weird. But I'll see. And then she said, she was saying like, oh, we all love your reaction videos. Like, we all watch them all the time and stuff. Like, not to like blow my own horn or anything. Like, literally what she said. And it's weird me saying it. Like, I know it's probably weird you hearing it, but me saying it's like strange as well. Because like I said, I never would have expected like anyone to watch them, never mind the cast of it. Jesus, it's so weird. So I was like freaking out. I was doing the whole like, oh, thank you so much, thank you, like as I do apparently. And she said, one thing though, can you say Greta? And I don't know, do I say Greta like really bad? I don't know. Am I Greta? I said it like 3 times when she asked me to do it. I was like, oh, why? Do I say it like bad? Do I say it wrong? And I can't remember what she said, but she's like, no, just say it. And then obviously I had to look at Greta while I said it. It would have just been weird if I just said it to the sky or to Beatrice. So, and then they all laughed at me. I was like, cool. I say Greta wrong then, apparently. But no, that was funny, I guess. I think I say everyone's name wrong in every reaction I do anyway, so that's nothing new. And yeah, then that was cool. And then I spoke to Greta for a little bit more, and then I spoke to Italian Chris. She was lovely. I got some photos with them as well. I asked them, is it okay if I take a photo with you? It's just like, as long as it's not weird. But no, they were completely fine with it. Obviously, I don't know why I thought they wouldn't be. Like they'd be like, no, we're not going to take photos with you. The only two I haven't got a photo with yet is Federico and Rocco, which is strange because I was actually talking to them the most out of everyone. But like I say, I was just kind of just talking to them. I wasn't thinking like I need to get a photo with them, so I just kind of forgot. Unfortunately, I remembered when I like left. I was like, I didn't even get a photo with them. And yeah, then I spoke to Ludo, actor who plays Joe, and then the actor who plays Italian Magnus. Spoke to them a little bit. Ludo was telling me how he's been to London before, and how it is very different in London and Italy, which of course I thought that was really cool. And then he was saying, I told him that Italy is my like number one place that I want to visit. It has been since I was like 10, pretty much. Since I was very young, Italy, maybe not 10, but like very young, Italy was like my number one place to want to visit. And he said like, oh, you have to come. We'll be very welcoming if you come and stuff. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll come to Italy. You've convinced me. So yeah, obviously I'm going to go to Italy at some point. But yeah, they were both really nice. I got a photo with those two as well. And then I think like I just kind of like spoke a little bit more to Beatrice, and then they were just kind of like distancing off, and then I was just like, I'm not gonna like follow them around because that's weird. Like, I'm just gonna let them do the thing. But yeah, I was probably with them for about like overall like 6, maybe 7, 8 minutes, which was really nice. And then I went to sit down and talk to some people again, and then they went back into their little room, and then they came back out about 20 minutes later. And then I spoke to Greta once more. I told her about the T music video that she did. I don't know if anyone's seen that. I just told her that I loved the music video. I thought it was really well done, because it is really well done. And she was like saying thank you so much, like so happy you liked it or something. Can't remember exactly. And then I asked like the guy who sings in the music video, asked a little bit about him, and I think they're like really close friends, which is cool. So yeah, she was telling me a little bit about the music video. Again, though, she was like just about to leave, so it's so cool. I love it. I actually met Greta. Like I'm like actually said that like I've literally met Greta. Like this is insane. Oh yeah, and I also told her before that, like when we first started all talking, I told her that we need like a season of Sylvia. Like it needs to happen. I'll cry if we don't get a Sylvia season. And she was like agreeing, like yes, we need to see a season for Sylvia. So fingers crossed, that'd be amazing. Season 5 or whenever. And yeah, and then anyway, so they all left. Rocco and Federico, they all left as well. And then we just sat down for, I'd say, about like 45 minutes. We were just chilling because everyone was getting ready for the photos and then the meet and greets. So we just kind of sat around. That was it. I think the meet and greets were just about to start, and then Rocco came back in for something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was to get his coat, maybe. I don't know. And he was just kind of like stood there. I was like, I'm just gonna, go towards Rocco. And I told him, asked him how long he'd been playing piano for, because obviously he played. Well, we knew he was a pianist anyway, but he told me that he'd been playing piano since he was 15. I think he said 15, and how nervous he was that he was going to be playing it in front of us all, because this was like a surprise. Like we didn't know that was going to happen, and it was a great surprise. And he was saying he was so nervous because it was his own piece that I'd written, and that can be quite vulnerable to some, like just sharing something like that. But I was telling him like you did amazing. It's like I think it's definitely, like, looking back on the day, that was one of the highlights of the entire day. Was just silence, just watching Rocco play was amazing. And yeah, he was very thankful for that, and he was just like, I was like, he didn't have anything to be worried about. It was great. And then, like I said, he was getting his coat, and he was just kind of like walking by, and then he said, he's kind of about to walk off, and then he said, keep up the amazing reaction videos. I love them, and I told him, keep bringing us good Italia content, and I'll make sure to keep doing them. And then we hugged again, nothing big, and then he went off, getting ready for the photo shoots. And then this was like the final kind of couple of bits. I feel like I've rambled on 30 minutes. Wow, yeah. And then we went in to do like the photo shoot bit. I didn't have like a professional photo pass thing. I just kind of popped my head in, and then Rocco said like, "Oh, just sit there," and there was like 3 sofas, and so I just went and sat on one, and he was like, "Joseph," and started waving, and then Federico went like that to me, which was cool. It's like, okay, cheers, mate. I did it back, obviously, because I ain't gonna take that. I ain't gonna take that kind of bullying. And then they started doing the photo shoots, and I was just watching from afar, like, this is amazing. Had like Henrik, Marlon, and then Federico and Rocco were all doing theirs. And then that went on for about 15, 20 minutes. And then we had the meet and greet things where they sit, the actors sit at a table and, you know, just talk like with us for like a group of people. There's like 4 different tables. I just feel like forgot about it, and then Henrik just sat down next to us all. It was like me and Victoria, Rebecca, and their 2 friends who I didn't catch the name of, but there was like 5 of us. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, and then Henrik came and sat down and just started talking to us for like 15 minutes, which was insane. I was like, oh my god, like. I didn't think I'd like get the chance to really kind of talk to him or anything, because, like I said, so many people were there for Henrik, obviously, obviously for Skam, but for Henrik as well. But he's amazing. Like, even I could tell that before, like even with the panels and just the way he talks about things. He's very much like, when he talks to you, he looks you in the eye, and he's like, you know, gazed into your soul. And he shook my hand when he first sat down. He's like, oh, who are you? How do you like all know each other? I said, I'm Joe. And then he asked like where we're all from. Yeah, we were just speaking for like 15-ish minutes. And I got him to sign. I've got more as well, but I'll show you them in a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. It's like the big gold one. I can't see the camera, so... Oh wait, yeah, I kind of do that actually. It says, hey Joe, love Henrik. So yeah, that was insane. This, I forgot to mention this one as well, but the actor who plays... oh wait, is my finger on top of it? No, it's not. Okay, so I have to check. Italian Magnus, he's signed there. Spoke to him for a little bit. He's a really chill dude. I like him. He's cool. So yeah, anyway, that was like, I just forgot about that a little bit as well, because I was saving this book to show for this one moment in a minute. And yeah, then then we'll swap round. Sasha, I think it's Sasha, yeah. Who plays Maddie in the OG Skam. Sat with him for about 20 minutes, and again, really nice guy. He just asked where we're all from, said the UK, and obviously there was 5 of us talking. And then when I said that, he was like, "Oh, I love Stormzy and all that stuff. Love the UK, and he wants to go to London at some point." So that was all cool. And then he signed as well. But to Joey from Sasha, again, really nice guy. Like the OG cast, I didn't get to interact with as much as I did with the Italia cast, so it was nice for those 2 moments. And then they were meant to, so the other 2 tables was Marlon was one of them. There was 4 altogether, so we had those 2, and then Marlon was one, and then the other one was Federico and Rocco. They had to cancel it short because of something, and they're like picking those 2 back up in the afternoon tomorrow, which is fine. But when we were all like leaving, I went to stand up, and then Federico was literally just stood next to me, like he just stood there. So I just turned around, obviously, and started talking to him a little bit. And then I asked if he could sign the Skam book. His is the top one here. I'll read it for you. This is great. I can't. There's one word don't know what it's. I'll show you in a minute. But he says, "Thank you for something." It looks like E-L-E or E-L-L. I'm not sure. So thank you for and your videos, love Federico with a love heart, and then he put in brackets, please Emma, go away. Like, oh wait, am I showing you? Yeah, here. Please Emma, go away. Please Emma, go away. And then I took it back and started reading it again, reading that. I was trying to figure out that word for a little bit though, so I was a little bit late. And then go, please Emma, go away. And I was like, you saw, so you, and it's because I said that 3 times in Italia season 2. Like every time Emma was on, I was like, Emma, just go away. And I pointed at it and started laughing. And then he redid it. He's like, Emma, just go away. So it's that was so cool. Like that's just weird. Like weird, not like a bad way, but that's just like he was quoting me watching him on a show, reactions, brain. So yeah, he put a quote from one of my reactions in there, which is, please Emma, go away, because Emma needs to go away, even though she's kind of cool in Italia, but oh well. Rocco all the way. And then Rocco came back as well, and then I think I spoke to Rocco the most out of everyone, which was crazy. But what did I say to him? This was only for like a minute or two. This is literally when everyone was starting to leave. Oh, I told them the safari tour that I'm doing that tomorrow with them and the other Italia cast. And they were like, oh, very, very excited. And yeah, that was what it was. And then I think we spoke about there's something else. I feel like I'm missing something from that last bit. But anyway, that was like the main thing. Was like the please let me go away. That I made. I love that. And then that was basically it. There might be some things. Did Greta? I feel like I'm missing something. Like personally for me, like just seeing the Italia cast, well, it's worth it anyway. Like seeing the OG cast. I don't sound like I'm like not grateful to have seen the OG cast, because obviously I am. But for me, what really made it was the Italia cast. Like they made the day 100% worth it. I was so nervous, like seeing them just from afar. So you can't imagine what like in my head was like when the moment when Rocco was like, look behind you, and I was like, oh, I know what it is. Like my heart was like, but how Greta and Beatrice and Italian Chris was so like chilled out and just welcoming and just very warm and friendly. The nerves just kind of went like straight away, like there wasn't any. Even when I went to speak to Martino and Rocco, I was like a little, like obviously like kind of nervous to go and talk to them, but they just disappeared straight away. They just make you feel so welcome, and they're so adorable. I don't know, I can't say enough good things about the Italia cast. Like even before this, I adored them, but now even more so, just because it's different seeing them on screen. And then, like, I don't know them. Obviously, I don't know them as people, but interacting with them, like even a little bit, you can just tell they're all nice people. So it was crazy. It was a crazy day. And then after that, I didn't see the Italia cast, but they went to the cinema to watch Torre. Actor who plays Isaac. I'm not even going to try with names, even though like I've heard it a million times today. I'm still not going to try. An Affair, it was called. It was a very weird film. It was a film that existed. There was a lot of sex. There was a dick pic in there. It was about Ezra and Arya from Pretty Little Liars. It was that times by 1,000 billion. It was just like a lot of sex, and then there was a dick pic somewhere in there. I said on Twitter that I think I've just blocked that out from my mind because I didn't expect that. I was watching the film and I was like, cool, this is a film. And then a dick pic flew up on screen and I was like, sick. I'm in a room with 100 Skam fans and we're all watching Isaac getting his dick sucked off by a teacher who's like 40, maybe 50. It was wild, but it was actually a good film. Like it wasn't a bad film. It was just it was even like, I'd say it was more, there was more going on in that film than there was 50 Shades of Grey, by far. Like, there was some wild sex scenes in that, but everyone was laughing, everyone was enjoying it, so it is what it was. But I couldn't see the Italia cast, but they were somewhere there. That was it. I wanted to say, I was like, there's something. That was literally it. I said this on Twitter, I'll say it here. It sounds so ridiculous and silly saying this, compared to like everything else that's like happened today. But I did not expect, like, I went into the, like, not even expecting anyone to, you know, have seen a video of mine or anything like that. Obviously I knew a couple of people had, but I like had spoken to them on Twitter anyway. The amount of people that came up to me today, and this isn't me like boasting like, oh, look at me, look how many people. That's not what it was. It's just how surprised and shocked I was by how many people actually came up to me today to say like, I love your videos so much. Keep doing them. I've been watching them for months, and someone was going on about how relatable the Oh Helga Nata season 3 episode 9 reaction was. It was crazy. It was insane. I didn't know what to say because I didn't expect it at all. Like when the first person came up and said that they watched my videos, I was like, wow, like didn't expect that in the slightest. Like, even saying that's just like, it means so much. Like, honestly, thank you so much. Like, everyone who came up and said that, like, we were all there to see the cast and like be there for Skam anyway, but that was one thing that I really did not expect. Sorry if I seemed a bit taken aback if anyone was like saying that. I was very surprised when anyone said it. So you can imagine what I was like when the Italia cast said it. I was just like, cool, nice one. I watch your episodes as well. I didn't actually say that, but that would have been a bad thing to say. But yeah, thank you so much. It's crazy. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 10.2, something like that. Yeah, I loved every minute of it, and then we get to do it again tomorrow when I'll fill you guys in on everything then, of course. If I have a moment to film anything, I will try my best to, but I'm not going to guarantee that. I just might do something like this again, like talk about it after. But we shall see how everything kind of feels in the moment. Yeah, this video has been way too long. Maybe it hasn't. I don't know. It's been a long video. I met Greta. Oh my god. Oh, when I was speaking to Greta like for the first time, Rebecca comes out of nowhere and she's just like, "You do know he's your biggest fan, yes? Like, he's your biggest fan." And I just like said that over and over again. I was like, I actually said out loud, yeah, don't say that to her. Like, you're not meant to tell her these things. Like, fuck. I'm joking. Like, it was funny. Everyone laughed, but it was. I was like, fuck. Why? I think that maybe was the other thing. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Probably wasn't. So yeah, thanks Rebecca for that. That's wonderful. I'm so tired and I've got to be up early tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. This will be 2 separate videos because it'll be way too long if it is one video. So I'll see you whenever I get around to editing the next part of this. Wow. Bye. Ciao. Grazie. I'm not Greta. I mean, it's just, yeah, that's... Can't get much better than that, can it?